Going to deal with some channel business real quick, maybe a minute or two, and we will get to today's topic. I like to think of myself as a peacemaker. Those of you who disagree with me about whatever topic, I don't want my videos showing up in your feed any more than you do. But I don't think YouTube works like you think it works. YouTube, like a lot of social media, doesn't have the ability to discern negative engagement with positive engagement. Now, one of the things that I do differently at this channel than a lot of others do is I'm not of the opinion that you should always cater and pander to your audience. It goes against YouTube religion. You should always do whatever gets you the most subs and whatever people are agreeing with and all this kind of stuff. A real great way to not see any more Florida Mach-E videos is to stop commenting and to go back to any videos that you have commented on and delete the comments. Because when YouTube sees that, when I say something that just really sticks in your craw and you don't like it, and then you go down and you type 1, 2, 3 paragraphs, and you do this every time, all YouTube is saying is, wow, that person really likes that video. Look at the way they're engaging. They don't literally read the comment for context. They're just going to do whatever they need to do to get you to engage on videos so that you end up maybe having to sit through an ad. That's their only consideration. And a lot of you that think that there's this shadow banning going on with your favorite channels, most people, when they go to their old god YouTube channels that they love and they think that are just the gospel truth, will sit, watch the video, and if they agree with everything that's being said, they may comment, nice job, and move on. Well, YouTube sees it as like, oh, wow, it's like 10 characters. This person must have not really liked that video, so we're not going to show them that video anymore. So literally they're pointing you to the videos you don't like and not showing you the videos you do. So just wanted to cover that. You know, everybody has an opinion. Everybody is entitled to one. Wait, I'm sorry, not everybody. The people of the state of Georgia don't believe that Abby Martin is entitled to her opinion, because they have just banned her from speaking in the state because she wouldn't sign a loyalty pledge to Israel. Now, I don't agree with everything Abby Martin says. She was 100% dead on Venezuela. And she has been talking about the tyranny, the empire in D.C. far longer than I have. But for the state of Georgia to say that you have to sign a loyalty pledge to Israel to speak in our state, I think I speak for probably the vast majority of the people of the state of Florida that say, what the fuck? Georgia, state of Georgia, you guys need to check yourself. And not everybody, those of you who are just as outraged by it, speak up. Make videos. It's not hard. Look at the guy here with 113,000 subscribers who points a smartphone at a computer screen and talks about pictures in Antarctica. If you don't think you have a voice or have the ability to speak, think again. You do. You just have to be willing to put forth the effort and stand up and speak, like she has. She stuck to her guns for a long time when it wasn't popular. And she's literally a household name now in, I guess, the truth movement. And like I said, we don't always have to agree on everything. But when something like what's going on in Georgia right now happens, we need to stand up and speak. So that having been said, I'd like to take you back to an article that we covered a long time ago. It has to do with Antarctica. And let me see if I can find, here it is. Warm Antarctic caves harbor secret life. Scientists. Pardon me. Now, the most important part of this article was this. Number one, the caves beneath the ice sheet, because of the heat coming up from underneath, are room temp. You can walk around in a t-shirt, and they confirm this. The caves hollowed out by steam from active volcanoes are light and could reach temperatures of 25 degrees Celsius. That would be easy enough to grow plant life, raising the possibility of a whole ecosystem of flora and fauna deep beneath the frozen surface. Now, here's the second most important part of this. Lead researcher Sarah Dwin Fraser said forensic analysis of soil samples from the caves had revealed intriguing traces of DNA from algae, mosses, and small animals. While most of the DNA was similar to mosses, algae, and invertebrates found elsewhere in Antarctica, not all sequences could be fully identified. Now, why is that important? Here we go. This is a picture from the Spanish flu back in 1918. They still don't know where it came from. The reason they call it the Spanish flu was because at the time the most reliable reporting about numbers came out of Spain. But it was all over the world virtually simultaneously. And there were, just like now on YouTube, there's a whole bunch of speculation with no basis whatsoever about bioweapons in Canada and Bill Gates and all that bullshit. Some people have even tried to tie it to AIDS. It's just, just the nature of the beast with YouTube. If you're into that kind of stuff, believe me, go find those channels, comment all over them about how much you love it and how much you agree with it, and believe me, you'll never see a McKee video again. But if you're interested in the truth and digging to find it, you would look elsewhere. Meaning, like, say, for example, Brazil. Puzzling virus of unknown origin with genes scientists can't identify, discovered in Brazil. So we have a huge outbreak of dengue. We have a weird strain of Ebola. We have, of course, now the corona. We have all of these different things happening, all simultaneously, all around the globe. And then we have a brand new one in Africa that they haven't even named yet. We're going to get to that in a minute. And then there's this one from 21 August 2017. Antarctic mystery microbe could tell us where viruses came from. Because viruses aren't technically living beings. They act like them. But they don't have cells. They invade cells. And they replicate in the cells. And they move from cell to cell to cell to cell. But they were warned of this years ago, that the melting around the world, regardless of whatever you believe the cause is or not, could cause this. In fact, there was a huge outbreak of anthrax in Alaska. Why? Some reindeer, 75, 80 years old, that had died from anthrax, pardon me, had melted. There was a very warm season, and a whole herd of deer got infected by this one. And it killed them. That's fact. And Nigeria's warning about this brand new disease, and this one's even more deadly than coronavirus. Over 104 infected? Sorry about that. So this is the point. They have been talking about these viruses for a long time. Cannibal viruses in Antarctica. A virus that attacks other viruses has been discovered in Hypersaline Lake near Davis Station in Antarctica. Now this is a long time ago, 10 April 2011. But looked at over the long term, looking at the amount of melt that we've been able to show in Antarctica. I mean, I can show you patches where it looks like there are huge forests down there. Huge, large swaths of greenery. And those caves, those caverns, those crevices that they were talking about, if the air temperature down there in those caverns is in the 70s, but the surface temperature is like -5, What do we know about physics? What do we know about how that's going to work out? That cold air, when it hits that crevice, is going to go racing down into that cavern, displacing the air that's down there. And that air is going to come racing up to the surface at a breakneck speed because of the difference in the temperature. And it's going to get launched into the stratosphere. And it's going to go around the globe. That just makes basic sense. And now we have Brazil has a mystery virus. Nigeria has a mystery virus. This Wuhan fish market, they brought it there from somewhere. They still don't know technically where it came from, the coronavirus. We have this massive outbreak, worst in years, of dengue fever around the world. This is from January 24, 2018. Zombie viruses in the thawing permafrost. This makes a lot more sense than two people in Canada that escaped and saw this lab and they went back to China and then la la la. It's just stupid. I can't abide stupidity. I really can't. And what's going on in Georgia regarding this woman is stupidity. Doing what she does, I'm sure she is bombarded with a lot of bad information about a lot of things. You have to have a filter. If you don't, and you're just going to believe everything you're told, you're never going to get to the truth. Never. So, does this really make sense to anyone? I mean, why? Why would the state of Georgia need this? It makes no sense at all. So, anyway, I will leave it there, but my money on where all of these different viruses are coming from, and they're hitting all around the world at the same time, Antarctica. They just recorded their warmest temperature down there. It was warmer, I kid you not. It was 65 degrees in the Antarctic Peninsula. And here, it was not even anywhere near that warm, but I gotta go. The doorbell just went off. Like, share, subscribe. We'll see you next time.